Divaad, how's it going?
What's good with y'all?
What's up? So, what's kind of your mindset right now? You're less than a week to go before the season. We talked to Justin Hodges yesterday. He's like, man, I can't sleep. I'm dreaming about the games. I'm dreaming about what I'm going to do. How do you feel? You've been through these a little bit. How do you feel kind of getting into that game week mode?
Well, this is my 5th year in college, so I can get very much. I get enough sleep, so I'm just going to say I'm very determined. I know what I have to do. I'm very complacent. I know we got games to win, so I'm really just focused on more so trying to wipe the schedule clean.
Was this a successful camp for the defense in your opinion? How did it go?
For sure. I don't know what Keith was talking about. Defense win championships.
A successful camp for the defense. What's your role in the secondary? Like, how do you kind of lead that group, I guess?
Last time you guys spoke, I told you guys I took over the nickel position. But to start off, to kick off the 2022 season, I will be starting at strong safety and alternate between the two still.
In what ways do you think this defense can be better this season than it was last?
What ways can this defense be better than it was last year? We have our whole secondary back, so we should do better with our pass efficiency, our third downs, controlling the ball in the air, keeping the top on the coverage. But if you ask me, I feel like we're going to have a way better run defense this year, just because of the simple fact we have more depth in the linebacker room.
Who's surprised to that and talking about the depth on defense? Like, are there some players that maybe haven't played before, newcomers, maybe guys in more limited roles last year? Who's going to surprise? Like, who are the breakout players that we're going to hear their names called a lot next Thursday and the whole season?
I would have to say my youngin, my little man from back home, Terrence Lewis. He ain't played football in like the past 2 years, so I'm just excited to see him back out there in the gridiron. But his right hand man, B-Jan, Brandon, number 44, I'm excited to see him play as well.
Are you going to maybe be part of the return game, punt? Is that something that you've been working on, or are you going to add that to your defensive duties? Or?
Yes, sir.
So what does that mean to you? I mean, that's a big job. You know how important that role is. Is that something you're going to take a lot of pride in?
I personally take a lot of pride in special teams. That allows you to separate yourself from other players. So I start on kickoff, on punt, but I'm trying to get back there on punt return. So last year this time I was starting in the spring, but came the season I wasn't in the discussion. So I'm just grateful to be in the discussion now.
So are you competing for that punt return job right now?
Yes.
Amari, has he talked to you about it, or if it is going to be you, is he kind of giving you some advice? I know people are kind of, looking towards him. Unfortunately, he's out right now. But have you talked to Amari about it?
Me and Amari have several conversations about it because, like I told you guys last spring, I was the starter, so it was just me and him competing for the 2 spots. But I just, it's just all about catching the ball. Once you catch the ball, everything else is athletic ability.
You mentioned pretty much the entire secondary's back. You added a couple new faces, but what's the chemistry like with you guys?
The chemistry is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like O'Keefe was saying, we have a D block room full of dogs. But if you ask me, particularly, the secondary is the best, our strongest suit on the team this year.
It's now been a while since UCF's been the American champs. How important is it for you to get back to that level?
My last round, I'm trying to end it with a bang. So, we're more so focused on ourselves right now. So the main goal right now is winning. And if you win, everything else come with it.
What goals do you have for yourself individually for your final year here? Like, what do you want to prove to yourself and to everybody else?
As you guys know, I just switched to the safety position. So in order for me to be the best safety in college football, I have to better myself at open field tackling. Everything else is a breeze for me. I cover man-to-man, probably the best man-to-man abilities as over any safety in college football because I came transfer from corner. So I just try to mix and dip and dab with my techniques in different situations.
You don't do live tackling all the time. It's not an everyday thing in practice. So is it difficult, or how do you kind of improve in that? Is that a difficult thing to do when you're not always live? Is it something that maybe you got to get to the game speed of real games before you can kind of hone in on that skill? Or?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's difficult. It is quite difficult because you got people with different speeds and different twitchiness abilities and stuff, but in practice, it's just all about owning the near hip, the back hip. So, I mean, I get a good look at it every day, especially from like Johnny Richardson, all the other different type of backs. Like, if I could face them in practice, I shouldn't have no problem doing it in the game.
We were just talking a little bit with Addison Williams. What do you like about playing for him and Coach Gibbs?
Personally, playing for Coach Addison and Coach Gibbs, they helped me take my game to a way much level. Like my IQ, certain techniques, even like with my press man, my middle of the field, or even if I'm like mid-range, they just helping me all around. Like just giving me the little keynotes that I can use to be a better football player.
What are you seeing from John Rice Plumlee as a passer?
As a passer from John Rice Plumlee, if you ask me, I feel that he's very consistent, like, you know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong now, he's dangerous with his legs. But he had plenty of targets to throw to, so I can't wait to see it. It's going to be an exciting season to watch.
Who got the better of the offense or the defense, Plumlee against the second?
Plumlee against the secondary? The secondary, every time. Tell the question is that.
I know.
Ask me yourself.
I know, obviously, you guys feel you always do well against the offense, but you know the offense, you got a lot of talented guys. What are you most excited about when you kind of look at the other side to see the potential that they have? I mean, I know you're excited about defense, but it's a team game.
Me personally, I'm excited because they have way more targets. Javon Baker, Kobe Hudson. I mean, Amari's out, but like you have other moving pieces, so he have targets to throw to. But me, more importantly, we have a running back room that is loaded. So I can't wait to see how that pan out.
What does game week mean to you, and running out that tumble next Thursday?
Me personally, it means business. I don't know how to tell you. I mean, there's no way around it. You got one job to do, and it's come out and win the game.
How good can the defense be? What's your expectation, I guess, for this season's defense?
For us to play lights out every game. I mean, we have certain goals that we need to meet, so we're trying to set the standard.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Divaad. Good luck.